Domenico in the Room podcast, and with a very special guest, I have Alexandra Ballou ready to make her second pro MMA fight Friday, March 5th for Ikon 5. Alexandra, welcome to the show. Finally, man, it's been a while. How you doing and how you feeling about the opportunity?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I know it's been, God, almost 2 years now, and then a couple fell through fights, so it's really nice to be here finally, and we're on the verge of, getting it done, so thank you
Excellent.
for having me. Feeling good.
Well, I was supposed to interview you. You were going to make your comeback fight, make your debut for CES, and that fight fell through. And that wasn't too long ago. But before that, you had an injury. You were coming back. How's it all been in the last 2 years? How you been getting by, and how you been staying motivated to get back in there after 2 years?
Yeah, so it's definitely been an exercise in patience, and just remembering my why, like why I'm here, what I'm doing it for, and coming off the injury, I got cleared pretty quickly. I worked really hard, and then a couple other fights that just didn't happen, and then of course I did get scheduled for CES in May of 2020, and then COVID started to really just take off there. So no promotions were really going on at that point. I think the UFC just started around then. And then October fell through. So, we've been working, we've been grinding, we've been improving, but it's definitely there have been a lot of moments of frustration and a lot of stuff leading up to this. So it's huge.
Well, I'm sure you have grown, emotionally, physically after all this. I mean, you were off with that severe injury with the ACL. You're ready to come back, and then that fight falls through. How'd you keep it as far as keeping your mind there? I mean, you were through it a long time with the injury. Did that help through the COVID and then fights falling through also?
So, I mean, definitely on my time schedule, I would have liked to have fought more recently, but, everything happens for a reason, like you said. And, I have a huge support system and a huge network of, coaches and people that work with me. So, they've seen me through all the moments where, I was frustrated. They've seen me through good times. So, they kind of keep me straight and level with all that stuff. So luckily I have them.
Excellent. Well, here we go. Over 2 years, getting back into the cage. You're fighting out of town, out of, kind of your backyard where your pro debut was for Bellator, where you had major fans there, big support system there. You're heading down to Biloxi. How does it feel to fight kind of out of your backyard and head kind of into someone else's?
I mean, I'm kind of excited. I've never been to Mississippi. We're close to New Orleans, so I'm excited to travel. I mean, I haven't really gone too far since COVID anyway, so I'm just excited to get a change of scenery, change of pace. I've heard that it's nothing but a good time and a great promotion, so I'm just really excited.
How'd you get involved with Ikon and get a matchup with them? Were you searching for other organizations and they were one of them on the list and they just came up with a matchup for you?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's mostly thanks to Tyson Chartier, my manager, and he's been searching high and low to try and get me on cards and get me active again. So thankfully, him and Dean hit it off, and they were able to make it happen for me. And Icon was doing a really great job, I guess, to this whole COVID stuff. They've been hosting fights down in Mexico, and they've been very active throughout the whole quarantine time. So luckily enough, able to make it happen.
Is there going to be any nerves kind of getting back there after, 2 years layoff and fighting somewhere else, or is it just business as usual for you?
I mean, so I think in the moment for me, usually I get into a different headspace and it becomes business as usual. But don't get me wrong, it's been 2 years and, I know what I'm doing, but also, this will be a huge chapter I get to finally close the door on once I finally complete this. It's just been such a long road from learning how to walk again to finally be able to compete. So yeah, that's crossed my mind, but I think in the moment, I'll kind of just get into my zone and, take it from there. But
excellent. Well, you have no short of content on your Instagram and your social media pages getting ready for your next fight. I mean, you've been grinding ever since you were cleared from the doctors to start training again. And like you said, you had some fights fall through, but now it's coming full circle. You get to show what, the sacrifice you made in the last 2 years to get back in there. Shows what are we going to see from you? And then we're going to talk about, the opponent you're facing.
Yeah. So, I mean, my ultimate goal is to, reach the highest level I can, of course, and then become the most complete fighter I can be. So, grappling's always been my foundation and my strong suit, but we've been really working on, a lot of my striking. So I definitely want to showcase that. And ultimately, though, whatever presents itself, I'm going to take. But definitely want to showcase some of my striking and the things I've been working on.
Excellent. Well, you are going against a woman making her pro debut. Even though she's coming out of the amateur, she's got a lot of fights under her belt, a lot of wins. She's never been finished, and I would imagine she's closer to that area. So she might be the hometown girl here. So you're fighting Griffin Fisk, who's well known around the parts as far as the amateur. Do you know much about her, or did you just hear her name and that's when you kind of had to look her up a little bit?
Yeah, so I didn't really know anything about her. At this point in the game, I told Tyson, I was like, anybody, anywhere, whatever works. So, and then we looked into her, and it was, I'm just really grateful that this is happening. I'm happy that, I have an opponent who's as game as I am. So I don't, that's fine with me. I don't really, like I said, I've been waiting so long. I don't really care. I'm just ready to go in there and smash.
Is there anything that she's more prevalent or better at than others that you see? Like what's her base? Do you know as far as where she comes from and where she what's her solid background?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I didn't really go that deep into it. I just watched some of her tapes, and she, from what I could tell, she seems to be aggressive. You know what I mean? Which I like, and so I know she's gonna step in there and bring it. So that's fine.
Excellent. Well, Alexandra, it's been over 2 years, and now you have less than 2 weeks before you hit that MMA cage. What's the excitement level? And, I already asked you what we expect to see in there, but what do we expect to see from Alex in the future in 2021? Because, you're starting off the year with a fight right off the bat.
Yeah, so for me, I definitely intend on making up for lost time. You know what I mean? Working with Ikon, hopefully we can get some more fights in, or, whatever comes my way. I would like to fight 3 or 4 times this year, and I really want to remind people that I'm still here, that I'm still devastating. I want to finish all my fights. That's really what I'm going for, and I just want to make a statement. By the end of the year, hopefully, I'll be at that point where I can start looking at Contender Series or, knocking on the UFC's door. That's really what I want more than anything.
Well, you were on that, that path until, you had that injury. I'm sure you're going to get on it again. You have a great performance here on Fight Pass. You're right back on the saddle again, and you're in the eyes of, Dana and that Contender Series. So last thing, shout outs, sponsors, social media, because we still got a little under 2 weeks to check you out and watch you shine on Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. So Instagram handle is Alexandra the Great MMA. And I'll be documenting getting down there and everything we're doing. It'll be on UFC Fight Pass March 5th. And I just, I've had a great network of people helping me from all my gyms, and my coach Steve for training, Steve Kanofka for strength and conditioning, Jeff Haddad, worked with Matt Bissett, my coach Philippe. Just everyone. Ed Thorne let me come in and work. Holly, just there's so many people I'm so grateful for. Tyson Chartier, of course, and Top Game Management. Sponsorship wise, Minresto Electric. Just a lot of people helping me, financially, and just supporting me to get to where I want to be, dethrone. I've had a lot of help and a lot of people looking out for me. So I just really want to say thank you to everyone.
Excellent. Well, it's been over 2 years, and we're excited here in New England. I mean, you fought here, and we watched you at Bellator, and you shine there, and we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to more of you in a couple of weeks at Icon 5, March 5th in Biloxi, Mississippi. Alex, you have a great rest of the week, and happy weight cutting in a week from now, and you go get it that Friday night.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.